y'all, and welcome back. I'm Ashley and thank you for joining me today. I figured today that I would go over my current reads. I just felt like sharing some of the books that I had been reading because I enjoyed most of them so far. So this is like a mid-month reading wrap-up. I'm not really sure exactly, but I just felt like chatting about some books. So let's go ahead, let me take a sip of coffee and let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, the first book that I picked up this month was Outlander, and this one I was the most excited to read this month. This is definitely one that I knew I wanted to read, and I am so glad that I went out and purchased the book. I had watched the first and I think most of the second season on, well, I watched it on Hulu, but it's on Stars, and I really liked the TV show, so I was thinking that I probably would like the book, and I was absolutely right. I loved the book, but I don't know that I would have loved it quite as much had I not have watched the TV show, because it is a very detailed book. Like, the scenes are very detailed and very long. I mean, this book was something like 600 pages, so it was an extremely long book, especially for me to read. Most of my books are around 300 to 350 pages, so it was a lot longer than what I'm used to. But I still loved it. I thought it was great, and I can't wait to go pick up the second book to continue the series. Also, if you were thinking about like you've read the book and you want to know about the TV series, to me they follow very closely to each other as far as what goes on, at least from my memory, because I did watch the first season probably about a year ago. So from memory, everything that happens in the book also happens in the TV series. So that is good so far. So that was the first book that I read this month so far. The second book that I picked up, I wanted to do a buddy read for this, but I'm not sure that I'm actually going to be able to. And that book was A Good Neighborhood. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the buddy read because I am going to DNF this book. I tried to read it, but I just really couldn't get into the book. And it's not to say that this is a bad book, it's just not the book for me. I will give you reasons, because I don't want you to think that like just because I'm DNFing it means that you shouldn't try to pick it up. And I'm DNFing it because it was very slow to begin with, and I hear that it picks up a lot later, but also when I started reading into reviews, this book says a lot about the state of society today, and which is fine. I think that it's great to read about it if that's what you're interested in. And it's not that that's not what I'm interested in. I just don't like to read fiction that is like that. I thought that this was going to be a little bit different going into it, so that is the reason that I am DNFing this. Again, it's not that it's a bad book, it's just not the book for me, especially not for the book for me right now. The next book that I read, I have a lot to say about this book. It is Final Girls by Riley Sager. Oh my gosh, y'all. So this book, this hair is getting annoying. So for this book, I didn't like it to begin with. Monica and I are buddy reading this one. I guess you could call it one of our Party of Two book club books. We have just kind of been reading whenever we feel like it, just kind of picking up a book that we can both find together. So I've been trying to read off of my shelves, and she's been going to the library to pick up books, and this is what we could find that interested both of us. So we started reading it, and I did not like it at first. I hated the character. Not that I hated the characters. I didn't like the combo of characters. So Quincy and Sam, they were just the combo that Monica helped me realize that I did not like. I don't like pushy characters, and I don't like characters that won't stand up for themselves, and that is Quincy and Sam, this duo. That is exactly how they are, and it's also why I didn't like Firefly Lane with Tully and Kate. That's exactly the way that they were, and that is how the beginning of this book starts off with Quincy and Sam, and that is the reason that I was about to DNF this one as well. But Monica kept pushing me. She read further than I did, and she kept saying, it's getting so good, it's getting so good. So I pushed through it, and I am so glad that I pushed through it too, because this one was amazing. There were so many good twists and turns and things that I did not expect. And so this was a really, like, if you are like me and you don't like that combo of characters, just push through. When you get to about the middle, it doesn't matter. It gets all better, and it is amazing. So push through it, keep reading. This is a really good one. And last but not least, this month, what I've read so far, I read this one in 2 days, which is pretty quick for me, especially since I've been working on home projects. I've been listening to audiobooks, to be quite honest, but to me it still counts. This last one was definitely a doozy, definitely worth the read, and it is Not a Happy Family. Oh my gosh, y'all, this one was so good. It kept me on my toes as well. This family is so dysfunctional. Oh my goodness. I mean, just wow. Like, this is just a book right here that tells you, tell the truth if you want to have a happier life. Like, oh my gosh, this is a crazy book, but crazy in a good way. Like, I threw out a crazy theory to myself because I'm not reading it with anybody. I should have gotten Monica to read this with me, but we didn't think about it, and our library is like a 27-person wait list for this book. So I just went ahead and read it because I'd already started it and gotten quite a bit of the way through. I was probably about halfway through when I had this crazy theory. My theory was wrong, but you know, sometimes in books, the craziest one is the one that they go with. So my theory was not correct, but I had a great time reading this. Like I said, I read it in 2 days. I started it, I guess probably Monday night, and I finished it on Tuesday. So like a day and a half. I don't know. This one was so good. I just could not put it down. It was perfect. So those are the books that I have read so far in November. I have my last 2 books here, and who knows, I might start picking up some Christmas books. I don't know. We will see how I feel, especially getting ready for Thanksgiving and Friendsgiving. We are hosting Friendsgiving this year, and so I have a lot to do before then. As a spoiler sneak peek, we are redoing our bathroom, our hall bathroom, so that I'm hoping will be a video that is coming up. So far, I have not gotten a lot of DIY footage of doing that, just because it is kind of hard since I am trying my best to do the DIY. That is what I have planned for the rest of the month. So I don't know how videos are gonna go. I have stuff planned of things that I want to film, but we will see if I actually get to it. Like I said, because these home improvement projects are taking up quite a bit of time. Plus, I'm planning on doing a full house cleaning because we have some new friends coming over to the house, and we don't know if they'll want to take a tour of the house. So I'm cleaning everywhere. So if you'd like to see a video of that, drop me a comment below, and I will try to film as I clean the whole house. But anyway, thank you for watching today, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye guys.